How's it going, everybody? I have some very unexpected news and bizarre news to report. The reason why I'm coming on here and doing this is because you guys know I will always come on and let you know when something important to me, maybe important to some of you guys, happens. And unfortunately, it's been a lot of bad news recently. And the news here is that Wayne Static has passed away and is dead. Wayne Static has passed away. I thought this was a lot of people thought this was a joke or think it's not real, and that's why I'm coming on here to one of the reasons why I'm coming on here to do this. I happen to know just a lot of people who know Wayne just by chance, by me meeting people through, all different aspects or whatever. And when everybody tells me, I know it's real. So I figured I'd pass that information on to you guys because a lot of people said, yeah, it's, that's bullshit or there's no way, that type of stuff. But, there's nothing being reported on what it is now. So I don't really know. I don't want to speculate anything at all. I don't even care about that. I just care that, that I know multiple people who know Wayne Static or have, I even know a couple people who've played with him, but I know multiple people who knew him, or in contact with him. So that's what's really, gets me. But man, the weirdest thing was the other day I was sitting here and I was watching tons of Wayne Static videos, and I hadn't done that in a long time. I just was sitting here kind of like going over his stuff, and I had seen him in New Hampshire a little while back for the Pig Hammer CD tour. That's pretty cool. A pretty cool dude named Brent was playing bass for him at the time, who I knew. That's really the reason I went to see him. Although it had been a while since I saw Wayne anyway, so it was kind of like a double awesomeness. I get to see my buddy there, and also I get to see him play, and I get to see Wayne. So I thought that was all kind of a win. And it's just bizarre to me. So where I was looking up videos trying to see from his tour, because every once in a while I go into moments where I kind of want to watch live tour moments from on tour, check out some songs, versions of the songs live, that type of thing, things that we all might do. And so I was in one of those moments, and I was having a good time checking it out. And this was just the other day, and I never do this. And I was going through just tons and tons of Wayne Static videos. It's so weird that this shit would go down. A couple a week later, this news would this crazy shock would happen. I don't even want to get into. I know a lot of people want to get into, like, there's a lot of controversy. People have real strong feelings one way or the other for him. It always boggled my mind because I listened to him in interviews, and I don't know what he was like backstage in the back as a person. I just know that he seemed like a nice dude on every interview he did. He seemed pretty honest, and he seemed like he'd like to have a lot of fun too. And I was listening to him and his girl do some interviews too. I think that was kind of cool. And I think it's crazy that we're even talking about this, to be honest. As always is when somebody passes away or dies. I just went on his Facebook, and this is how I found out about it. Like, I just know multiple people who know Wayne. So, when I was just on my Facebook, I kept seeing it from different people. And the first one I saw, I thought when I saw something, I thought it was fake too. But when I saw it coming from personal people who knew him personally or played with him, other people who, other bands who have played with him and stuff that some of them let me know. One of the guys texted me. The guy used to play in the guy used to play in Drowning Pool. He texted me. I don't really want to mention everybody's name and start name dropping here, but he mentioned to me that he goes, "Hey, did you hear about what happened?" And that's when I was immediately, knew it was up. He passed away. He was 48. Wayne Static was 48. And that's there's just there's a posting on his Facebook page. It says November 1st, 2014. Platinum selling. My grandmother died on the same day a couple years ago too. Platinum selling musician Wayne Richard Wells, better known as Wayne Static, passed away at age 48. Wayne Static was the enigmatic former frontman of the namesake Static X, who later forged a successful solo career. Wayne was scheduled to co-headline tours with Powerman 5000 and Drowning Pool over the next several months. I know a lot of people had tickets to that. A lot of people were really looking forward to that. And a lot of people are really bummed. I'm sorry, I was just in a... I don't know. It's just a lot of people are bummed out right now. So I figured I'd come on here, and if you give a shit, if you were into Wayne, we could talk about it. So I talked to Tim, I talked to Brad. I told them the deal. I know Brad was a huge Static X fan. He's been a fan of the Joe Cronin Show for a while on Joe Cronin Show on YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Of course, I can't even go live on Joe Cronin Show. I have to go live right here on Spectrum Gaming because I'm banned for 6 months from doing live shows for 6 months on YouTube. So I have to come live on here, and I won't even be able to go on Joe Cronin and let him know. Hopefully he'll see that I'm live over here and he'll come on because he is a giant Wayne Static fan. Not only that, but he got guitars sent to him by him. I know that he is going to be hurting. That guy is really going to be hurting. More Operation Viral News and Reviews said, Joe Cronin, it's you, right? Yeah, it's me, dude. It's me. What's going on? So I know that he's going to be hurting. I know that there's other people, multiple people who are going to be hurting from this as well. And there's just going to be a lot of people that are hurting. So I'm going to gather my thoughts real quick. And the only way that I know to pay homage to Wayne Static is to play music by him. So that's our therapy for tonight. That's my therapy. That's your therapy. Honestly, and when I was younger, I wasn't a big Wayne Static. I wasn't into the music heavily either. I was more into the dude, that I had met before. So anyway, I'm going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about this. And we're going to let everybody know that it's real. Because I've already had multiple people tell me it's not real, but it is real because I know people. It's real. I wish it wasn't. And his solo stuff just started. It was awesome. The last time I saw Wayne Static was in New Hampshire. I saw him I'd seen him plenty of times before, but it was cool that the last time I saw him because my buddy Brent from The Dreaming was playing in Wayne Static's band. He was the bassist. So me and Leah actually drove down to see them in New Hampshire. It was funny because I got loaded that night. I got destroyed. And I was like headbanging in the front row like crazy because I was drunk out of my mind. I was right in front of Brent. Actually, I probably should have fucking moved over and let some girls come over to Brent. Poor guy. Probably fucking... I looked like I was gay for him, which is, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll suck his dick. But we're in the front row. I'm going crazy. And I think Wayne kept looking over at me like, who... Because he didn't talk to me that night. Me and Wayne hadn't talked. And he was just looking at me like, what the fuck? That guy's going to cause a problem. I don't think he knew that I knew Brent. So, I'm, doing this and pretending to jerk Brent off. And I just remember him looking over like, what the fuck? Is he going to be all right? So that was pretty funny. But I really just went to see Brent play because it was cool that he was in Wayne Static's band. And anyway, Brent is back in The Dreaming. But so that was the last time I saw Wayne. And then years before that, I played in a band who we played, and then Static X actually was playing the next day, and they showed up early to set up the sound or do something. And I got to talk to him a little bit, and he was really cool when I saw him. He was asking us about our equipment, and he was telling us about his stuff, and we didn't have a lot of time, but it was just a cool guy. So I was he never did anything wrong to me, and I never heard anything. So I'm just like a guy kind of looking through the glass, and he seemed like a cool dude. And I wasn't a huge fan of his music, you know what I mean? I wasn't like all hardcore Wayne Static or Static X, but I really did enjoy some of the stuff from Pig Hammer that just came out when he had toured a couple of years back. Damn, it's been like 2 years now, I think. And I was pretty pumped up that night when I saw him in New Hampshire and they played Assassins of Youth. I was pretty pumped up for that. So we're going to continue talking about Wayne Static. I'm going to gather my thoughts, read a little bit more real quick, and I'll be right back in 1 second. And the only way I can figure out to pay tribute to somebody like Wayne Static is to play Assassins of Youth from his CD Pig Hammer. And I think you can we'll listen to that, and I'll be back. Well, that was Assassins of Youth from Pig Hammer, which I went out and bought prior to knowing that I was going to go see Wayne Static in New Hampshire and see my buddy Brent from The Dreaming play with him. He was on tour with him. On tour with him for a while, actually. They needed to fill a hole in the bass area for a while, and they did, and it was cool that it was him. And that was so I geared up. I got the CD. I was like, I hadn't heard Pig Hammer. I thought the video was great. Just a really party rock video. Sometimes it was a fun video. Put it that way. The way they executed it was just a lot of fun. It made you go, yeah, I want to just go out and rock out to this. I'm cool with that. I want to go see this, see this take place live. And it was a fun time. I just scrape off the dust all over the microphone. Okay. Well, not a lot. I'm surprised. I actually went on Yahoo. I wanted to see if it was trending yet. and I don't see it. I don't see it trending yet, but I think it's not long until he is trending when people start to figure out what's going on. I really hate when ads just pop up and start fucking playing. Really pisses me off. Oh man, what the fuck? I was just pumped up too. I was just thinking. I was actually listening to a little bit of Wayne Static earlier and Pig Hammer and everything, and having a pretty good time. And then you get a buzzkill. Instant buzzkill. Oh man. So I hope that Brad and Bill are doing all right. I hope that everybody that enjoyed his music are doing good, doing well. I hope you blast some Wayne Static tonight, because that's what you do when shit like this goes down and you're feeling bizarre and weird and shocked and you don't really know what the fuck to do. And I don't know what to do, to be honest. I have no idea what the fuck to do. Oh, PS Carnivore was talking about Peter Steele dying, and he said, I was pretty bad about Peter Steele dying last night. It was Halloween, so I thought of him and wondered who was next for some reason. Yeah, I know, you're right. I mean, that's what happens. When someone dies, you start thinking, holy shit, every time someone dies, you start realizing anybody could die anytime, and bad things can happen. And yeah, Peter Steele's death was real sucky. I've had a lot of I think there's a few pivotal deaths for me. Like George Carlin was a really big, obviously to a lot of people, comedian. He was, since I was a little kid, I loved George Carlin. So him dying kind of sucked. You saw it coming, sort of, but it did. You knew we were gonna lose George at some point, and that sucked. Peter Steele dying was huge for me. Type O Negative was like one of my favorite bands. They're just, that's a huge band for me. That's like that might be top 5, top 10 Type O Negative for sure. Yeah, and then you just 48 years old, Wayne Static. I mean, fuck that. We were supposed to get more out of Wayne. He was supposed to get more. So yeah. X Ryan says he thinks of Peter too. Yeah, that's crazy. And Dimebag, right, too. Dimebag was infuriating. Dimebag was different because it was the murder. Dimebag was enraging. That one was fucking really enraging because he was just this huge talent, this guy who loved to have a lot of fun, who loved to party. The dude was all about fun and party and talent. And some guy wants to shotgun him, you know what I mean? What a fucking idiot. I don't care what mental issues you had. That dumbass who did that, because, something? They were going to get back together. At some point, Pantera would have gotten back together, and they would have had a reunion show, and we would have had a badass reunion tour with Pantera kicking the shit out of shit. And then we got fucked out of that because some fucking psychopath. How much bullshit is that? Oh man, I wish that the guy somehow fucked it up and then he just got killed and that was it. And Dimebag was alive. I can't even believe it was that long ago we lost Dimebag. And I don't even know, we don't really know what happened to Wayne, we don't know what the deal is here. It's fucked though, I know that. Well, I just goddamn, I can't believe it. Just gonna send this final message out to somebody. 'Cause, 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 'cause So, guys, I just tweeted that Wayne. I tweeted the info about Wayne a little bit. I just tweeted it on Twitter. If you want to go to my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show and go ahead and click the retweet button and let everybody know. Tweet it out, favorite it in honor of Wayne. So, I just, man, I had so many people who were actually talking to me about it too. They were like, "I'm going to see Wayne," Power Man 5000, all that stuff. I wasn't a big guy. I wasn't hugely into that stuff at the time. I was clearly around for that era, but I wasn't big time into Power Man or big time into Wayne, Static X at the time. I kind of was still resting on some of the older stuff. I still was kind of resting on the Gravity Kills and the Stabbing Westward and the Nine Inch Nails and Skinny Puppy and stuff like that. But I loved what Wayne and them were doing because they were kind of bridging into the new generation and crossing over the new metal people into, that sort of electronic sound or that influence of electronic, although it was rock, that sound. So that was really cool to me that they were doing that, and I was a fan of it, for the most part. And I was just like I said, I'm more of a fan of the person, just who I met every time I met Wayne randomly. It was always a cool experience. That's what really bums me out, Plus just knowing that I know people that know him. I know, a handful of the people that actually know him a lot better, fairly well, or worked with him at one point. So that's what gets to me. So I do appreciate all the retweets, all the favorites, for Wayne. And we're just going to continue to rock them all night because I said so. That's it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it live, and I'm doing it all night. So let's play another Wayne song. Let's play another. How about another? You want to do Pig Hammer? Want to do another Pig Hammer? Let's do Static Killer from Pig Hammer. How about that? We'll do Static Killer, and then I'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Like I said, no information, just that he's passed away. Seemingly just hit this news, from what I can understand, just based on the amount of different people I know that brought him up. Of course, you guys have been commenting on the space stuff. We talked a lot about the space industry reacting to tourism, the rocket crash today for Virgin, which is a terrible blow to that. A lot of kind of negative news today. But not to be a negative Nancy, because I'm going to kick some ass and we're going to play Wayne Static all night until my head bleeds. That's what I do. I don't give a fuck about anything, copyright, nothing. We're just going to play Wayne Static because that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. Static X, Wayne Static, all night long. And that's my promise to you. Let's do it. I'll be right back in just a second. Here's Wayne Static, Static Killer from Pig Hammer. Some more Wayne Static for you on this night, where normally we would, of course, broadcast from youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Over 10,000 subs. I want to thank everybody for subscribing and liking and all that stuff on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And, of course, we have a 6-month ban on YouTube, so I had to come over here to my other YouTube channel, Spectrum Gaming 617. And, of course, we do a show every Wednesday night called Monetize This. And we also do the wrestling shows after Monday Night Raw and, of course, after a pay-per-view. But if you're not into wrestling and you're just into radio and guy talk and us being psychopathic assholes, then Wednesday night is for you. It's called Monetize This. You can search it on YouTube. We do 2 to 4 hours, and just craziness ensues. And if you get offended easily, then you're not going to fucking like the show, put it that way. But tonight we're talking about Wayne Static. Passed away, 48 years old. Shock to me, shock to many people that I know that know him more than anything. You know, I just can't believe it, man. He was about to go on tour. I'm really bummed about it. I was actually thinking about looking for dates to see when he was going to be coming here. I mentioned something to Leah because I said, hey, we can go see Wayne again. Maybe I'll go see Wayne Static. I don't know. Too bad Brent won't be in the band anymore because I know Brent, and Brent was touring with him for a while. I was like, that'd be, it's cool that we saw him with him. And I thought about maybe I'll go see him. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of shows. I haven't been going to a lot of shows. And then, of course, my other friend Tommy, who knew Wayne, did some artwork for him like a long time ago, back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know. He was the one who hooked us up too when we were playing those shows outside of, all around the country, sitting in a bus. I remember because we ran into that tour. We ran into their tour 3 different times on our tour, and it was like bizarre. Like one time we were driving to like freaking, I don't know, Mississippi or somewhere. Like we were down near Louisiana. We were down in Louisiana, and we actually were at the same fucking restaurant. And we saw them walking out. And we all looked at each other because we just seen each other multiple times because we were in the same space next to each other at that outdoor arena event. Like we had the same spot next to each other. So you're pissing, you're coming out to piss and shit, and you're just talking to each other, and you're seeing each other. There's a party afterwards in the lot, people drinking beer and shit. So for like 3 days that went on, and then the next thing you know, like 3 days later, we are all at the same fucking restaurant in Louisiana, and it's like, oh, hey, you guys, what the fuck? You fucking following us? Where are you going? It's just weird. And then we saw him again in friggin' Florida. And it was like, what are we, got the same tour manager? What's going on? And I don't know, it was really bizarre. So I don't have a lot of good stories, unfortunately. There's my little stories. I mean, that's all I have. Other than the guy's music, So it's just one of those crazy things. And that's all I got for you, basically. I got I got little here or there stories from Wayne. I mean, maybe you guys have some better ones. That'd be cool if you did. But we'll continue to talk about this. And, like a lot of people keep asking me what happened. I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. Wayne stays gone. Like that's all. It sucks. It sucks ass, and that's all that matters. It affects a lot of people that liked him. I can't imagine if you're like the biggest Static X or the biggest Wayne Static fan, you're dying for like, let's go, like another Static X tour, another Wayne Static tour. I can't wait to see what else happens. And then, this happens. And more for his, I don't know what his situation was with his wife or with his girl there, or with anybody else, just his bandmates, everybody that knew him, people that I know that knew him. Those are the people I feel bad for. I just, hopefully everybody's all right. Still not exactly, word on what's up or what's going on. But I'm going to play some more Static X for you. We're going to pump it out throughout the night. We're going to rock on to this shit and remember and try to get through it. And just this is the way he would want it. I think. I'm pretty sure he'd want us to rock out to him all night long. So there we go. That's what we're going to do. You know this one. Let's go. Yeah, how do you not remember that one? How do you not party to that? Oh, man. How do you not party to that Wayne Static song? What the hell? I'll take freaking requests. I will take requests on Wayne Static all goddamn night long. How about that? That's what I'm going to do. You want I Am? What do you want? You want I'm with Stupid? What do you want? You want to do I Am? I don't care. I'll play that. I'll play whatever the frick we want to play tonight. Because we're celebrating Wayne. We're getting over the grief. If you've got grief. If you want to talk about Wayne, if you want to give one final shout out, one long lasting, we're having our own fucking we're having our own therapy tonight. Jameson said at Jameson _ Shreve, I had start a war on 2-month bus trip the year my grandfather died. Wayne's music will always be. I guess I missed that first part, but Wayne's music will always be a part of my life. That's what Jameson said on Twitter. You can tweet me at Joe Cronin Show, by the way. You can tweet me and tweet Wayne. You can put it together. I like to put them together to show that we're fucking repping Wayne tonight. And we're kicking some ass. We're playing some Wayne Static. We're taking your calls. 339-226-6610. I'm about to turn up the phone lines here. I'm just starting up Skype now, so we are going to take phone calls. I know everybody wants to call in, or lots of people want to talk about it. I got to get rid of that monetize this logo, so don't call yet. Hold on a second. Here we go. I do want to talk about Wayne. It's the last thing last time I saw Wayne, I just remember when he, gave me a nice little pat on the back and he made a fucking hilarious joke. Gave me a shot of Jaeger. There it was, and for all the people that I know that knew him, those are the people that I'm worried about. I'm trying to get Skype up. Here we go. I've got it up there. I'm not going to put a Yucky Gamer logo because I think that's freaking... I do have a Yucky Gamer logo up there. Well, let's put that, let's block it. I don't want people to know it's monetized this because it's not monetized this. It's freaking, we're talking about Wayne Static. We're talking about monetize this. We did monetize this the other night. It was a lot of fun. All right, the phone lines are open. You want to talk about Wayne Static? You want to get serious? It's up. So again, Wayne Static, 48, has passed away. I got a lot of people arguing with me that it's fake, so that's why I decided to come on and do a live show. We are banned from doing live shows on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Over 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. So I decided to go live from Spectrum Gaming 617. So if you're not subscribed to both channels, make sure you're subscribed to both of our channels. Spectrum's the new one, so we can go live, and Joe Cronin Show's the 10,000 sub, the old school one, where we do our shows. So I decided to come on here and let people know. I know there's a lot of people on Joe Cronin Show who are in a Static X or in a Wayne Static, or, that care about this. So unfortunately, I can't go live from there. That's the only thing that bums me out. All right, Lauren, we'll play Blood for Days. How about that? We're going to play Blood for Days, and we'll take calls on this. Let's take a call, and then we'll play Blood for Days, and and I'll drink some alcohol because I don't work tomorrow, so I got to think about this all night. 614, what's up?
Hey, what's up? It's Jerry, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, bro, what's up?
Finally, you get to hear what I sound like.
Yeah,
yeah.
right?
I just got on, man. I was like, man, I was looking on YouTube and I was seeing your live video. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? He's dead. I don't know what to say.
Right.
And it's like, while I mentioned about dying, I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I almost went to that concert.
Wow.
And my friend, the same night, he went to another concert. It was Ministry. And when I seen on the news, I was like, I got called to see what concert he went to because I forgot all about it. And it just hit me. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I mean, I've seen him multiple times throughout the years. That's the weird thing for me. Like, I never was like a gigantic, crazy Static X, fan, but I liked them, and I liked Wayne, and I'd throw stuff on randomly and rock out to it and everything. So when I would get to see him, I've only seen Static X about 4 times, but or 3 times Static X and 1 time for Wayne Static when he was doing the Pig Hammer, and no, but he was every time it was like it's like a camping trip every 5 years. Oh, let's go see I guess I'm going to see Wayne again every 5 years, like late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, and then a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because my friend, he's been to concerts like it's nothing, and he's mentioned how he met Wayne and everybody and stuff like that back in Static X. And then when he left, broke up with Static X, he started his own solo. That was badass. And I started liking his solo too. And I'm like, and then all this. It's just like when Paul Gray, that was a shocker. It's like, man, it's been so crazy because, all these, the school shootings, and, we've been having so much killings. It's just, I don't know, man. The end of 2014 is just going downhill.
Yeah. No, it's the way of life, and it just keeps going, and it's shocking. And, it's weird we get to an age, you know what I mean? Like, when this shit's been going on for to me, it's been all of us, it's probably everyone's whole life, but to me, it's always been I've always noticed you notice these bad things that happen, traumatic things, like my dad died when I was 8, so that was traumatic to me. Then later on, I think September 11th was kind of traumatic. I was in school, and it was like, holy shit, this stuff is really happening. And then after that, slowly people die, and that's when stuff starts to roll, Dimebag was really fucked up. I wanted to, I can't even look at I can't watch a Columbus Blue Jackets hockey game without getting upset. Like they need to change that jersey or something.
You see, what was cool about the next night, because they had like a candle visual for him, and everybody was there. I mean, news, everybody. I mean, it was so cool. People from Texas came. They had the Cowboys from Hell with all 4 guys on their the banner, and it was so badass, dude. Everybody's playing Pantera. Some guy had a acoustic guitar. It was awesome. I mean, it's crazy. And I mentioned, last live show you did, I told you thank you on Twitter for having me have a laugh, because my wife's mom's been in the hospital, and she went through 3 surgeries already, and they got everything hooked up to her, and I mean, she's doing a little bit better now, which is good. So it's just like, man.
Yeah, that's great. That sucks, man. Wait, how old are you?
Huh?
How old are you anyway? Were you like listening to him in high school?
I'm 31.
Okay, so you're like me. You're listening to me at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned on your other live shows. I'm like, I grew up in the 90s too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like that. That's what's cool is like I didn't know, like a while back, Jesse and some of the other guys on the show, they were like, oh, our demographic is like little kids and stuff, and I was like, I don't think so, man. A lot of our ages listen to this, and I've been looking at the demographics, and most of the people that listen to the show are between 20 and 35. Like the core of people listen are 20 to 35. So I was like, no, and then we have a lot of, and then there's a good amount of people over 35, and then there's a lot of kids, yeah, and maybe some of the kids are lying saying they're 20 on YouTube, because they don't want to say they're
yeah.
So, but I mean, but there's a huge audience of late 20s and our age, that all grew up the same way.
Yeah, because I mentioned on your like YouTube how you showed like the X-Men cards and stuff like that, and I mentioned like, hey, I used to have a whole bunch of those too back in the day. And then you mentioned about how you lost all your cards of them and stuff like that. So I'm the Jerry that's on Twitter. So
yeah, no, I've got I actually had a few more. I still have Wolverine Crippled. That's the one that I still have, that like the original one that I opened when I was a kid. I actually just opened up some classic Magic cards too.
Yeah, and also when I was looking at your Pokemon cards, I was just joking because you're like, hey, if you want to make a threat, I was like, I'm gonna mess with Joe.
Oh yeah, right. I didn't remember I said that, so I was like, what are you I didn't know what you were talking about, because I'm an idiot and I forget what I say.
But yeah, it's just that I figure I'd give you a call because I'm on one of those stupid government phones until I get a new phone. So I'm like, I got minutes now. Now I can call in and talk to Joe from
nice.
And I thank JD because he's the one who got me to watch you because the first time I watched you was the SummerSlam pay-per-view when you and him did a live video. So I thank JD for that.
That's pretty awesome that he really helped out. He really got me a lot of viewers and stuff like that. So
yeah,
definitely thank you to him.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna play some more Wayne.
Okay.
You
cool,
stick around
cool.
and listen. All right.
All right, I will.
Thanks, man.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm gonna get back on here before my phone goes out too. So
yeah, we're gonna save those Obama minutes you got there.
Yeah, that's what my friends call them. Like, it's Obama phone. What you talking about?
Hey, man, whatever
right,
works. At least it's a phone. That's cool.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you on here, man.
All right, man. I'll see you.
All right.
Shout out to Wayne Static tonight. We're taking calls, but I'm gonna play a song as requested. There's a lot of requests coming in. If you want to request a song, request it in the chat on YouTube or go to Twitter and at Joe Cronin Show. Tweet my Twitter and let me know. Even if you want to hit up the Facebook. This is, of course, Bled for Days. Static X.
Oh yeah! Fuck yeah! I'm pumped up!
All right, so we continue on tonight with the Wayne Static tribute, a little bit of Static X, We played a little bit of Wayne Solo as well, and of course, we're doing what the media on TV, you won't get. We're doing therapy for everybody who listen to Wayne Static, and for everybody who listen to Static X, and for everybody who's into rock in general. So that was Bled for Days. I have lots of requests for many things, and of course, like I said, the phone lines are open, so we will take your calls if you haven't called yet. We will continue to take your calls throughout the night, talk about Wayne Static, and Wayne Solo as well. Get drunk. What's up, man? Of course. No, you gotta turn the comp down though. With the media on TV,
what have I got to turn down?
You won't get. The speakers, I can hear myself. We're doing therapy. Okay. For everybody who listen to Wayne Static, and for just mute him until it fixes itself. It's funny that what's his face? Dave isn't here. It's too bad. We were actually thinking about going on tonight and doing a show and just fucking around tonight with Jesse and Dave and everybody, and they actually wanted to do one real bad, and I never ended up getting back to anybody, and I just got free. People fell asleep and everything. I had some free time, and then right as I sat down, that's when I found out about this, so I had no time to really let everybody know. Hey, can you hear me now, Tim?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks for talking to me. It's really early here in the morning, and I've not slept the last hour or two because I'm just real shaken up about this.
Yeah.
He just seemed to be in a really positive place. I had noticed on his social media, and really excited about this tour. And I've been a fan from the very, very beginning, but I haven't been as excited about what he's been doing for a long time. And he was going to be playing just in 2 months. Coming over here, he hasn't been over here since 2009.
Right.
And had the tickets ordered literally yesterday, and then found out today. So
that's crazy.
Pretty shocked. And I hope at the very least this will have people going back to those first couple of albums. All this has done for me, listening to your show and listening to the records in the last couple of hours, has made me realize what I think every time I hear them, that they are timeless. Those first two records, there was nothing like them when they came out, and there hasn't been since. He's a pioneer. No one did evil disco like he did. No one did it at all. I mean, he coined the term, didn't he?
It's definitely one of those things when I heard it, because I was into all those, I was into a lot of industrial rock and stuff. So it was definitely one of those things that, it was cool because it blended, I was listening to industrial, electronic music, but I was also listening to Korn and Slipknot and Opeth and, Shadows Fall and, all that stuff, heavy metal, rock, industrial, all kinds of different things. But Static X was, that kind of blending of something that just, didn't exist. So that's why it was cool. Very cool. And to this day it is. So
yeah, it still doesn't now. And what's really sad, so many things are sad about this, but right now on my mind is the fact that those live shows, as you had said, you've seen him 4 times. I mean, the sound that guy got, the first time I ever saw them, didn't catch them on Wisconsin, but straight away as soon as Machine came out, probably one of the best 5 gigs I've ever been to, simply because it sounded that good. And I've been going to metal gigs since I was 9 years old. I'm 31 now, and it's still one of the great gigs. Just perfect sound. We're talking as good as the album, and then some. Just crushing.
Right. I like, it's funny, there's this guy in the chat, Static X Nation, who's like, stop tagging me and all this shit. But his name is Static X Nation, so somebody must have tagged him or somebody did something.
Yeah, well,
it's just funny. But dude, hey, what do you expect? You called yourself Static X Nation, and he's like, I've had this name for years. Well, Static X has existed since late 90s. It would be like if I called imagine if I made my name like Beatles Nation Ozzy Osbourne Nation, or 9 Inch Nails Nation, or Eminem Nation, and then I got mad because I got tagged in something that related to exactly what my name was. But no, sorry, bro. Just get out of here and fuck it. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not.
He can get as mad as he likes because there's a whole lot of us who are actually in the Static X Nation.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, huh? Like it's very weird.
With Static X Nation right here, we're all mad. We're all mad.
We're all pissed off. So be careful, dude.
We're upset too.
Now, I mean, this is the second 31-year-old in a row, so we're all 30 here. But I was just talking to Michael Park, who's out there. He went to one of the shows. He was at like a wrestling show tonight out there, and a few of my other UK buddies, and they're like trying to get me over there. Like, come over here, come on, get on a flight. Are you been subbed to me for a while, or are you? Or what's up?
This is literally the first time I've listened to the show because I was just sat there on my computer, and all my friends. Everybody who's sensible at near 5 o'clock in the morning over here, they're asleep. So
yeah, right.
I was just looking for people to talk to about this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, that's cool that you found me. I had no idea. It's hard for me to tell. I've got another YouTube channel with with 10,000 subs, so I got a lot of people I don't know who the hell is sometimes talking, and we talk about mostly like wrestling and stuff like that. And then we have kind of like a late night show where we talk about shit. But I got banned for 6 months from going live, so I had to come over to this other YouTube channel to do this show tonight. And I know a lot of people on the other channel who are into Static X, so unfortunately, I don't know if they all know that I'm on. So I had no idea. So I definitely think it's cool that you called up tonight and that you had some input. And I hope some other people that maybe don't know who I am or what's going on, or just know that this is open forum to talk about Static X and Wayne Static. And I feel terrible for everybody like you who bought tickets. I mean, I've bought tickets to bands before and they've broken up before I went to see them. But that's not fucking, that's not people died. So that's terrible.
Yeah, this has never happened to me before. And I'd like to just say one more thing, if I could, and then maybe a request as well. But, the thing about Wisconsin Death Trip is that you guys in the States, you were so lucky to get that tour where he played it back to front, top to bottom. We were kind of hoping that maybe that would happen over here. And of course, now it won't. But it's just, I really hope that people, go back to this record and rediscover it. Because when that thing came out, in my mind, as a lifelong metal fan, it started with Black Sabbath, the next level of heavy. You may be looking at Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power, then maybe Machine Head, Burn My Eyes, the last seminal album of that whole century, or at least, that period in metal for me was Wisconsin Death Trip.
Yeah, that's really cool that you brought up Machine Head and stuff like that.
The early, like Static X, the first two Machine Head albums are pretty peerless. I don't care for what they're doing now because it's just riff soup.
Yeah, they went a little weird. They definitely, every CD they did after those first few went a little bizarre. The other thing about Static X was I was big into video games too, and I loved. I think Stabbing Westward was on Duke Nukem: A Time to Kill, and I thought that was awesome. And then I think the next year or the next game for Duke Nukem, I was a big Duke Nukem person because I'm a little bit of a weirdo, and Static X was on the next PlayStation game, and I think that's actually how I really got into them, how I heard about them. I heard them in the video game, was like, what's this?
So when was that? When was that?
1998, I believe, maybe 97.
Really? Because the record was out in '99, but maybe they had stuff that was already licensed. I remember buying the record in '99, the weekend that it came out.
I pulled up Wikipedia, and I think it's wrong because it says, I think it's wrong because it says that Static X was on. I just pulled it up now, and shit, now I can't find it. Oh yeah, it says the song "Push It" included in the game Street Skater 2 and Duke Nukem: Time to Kill. Both also for PlayStation game consoles. I think that's wrong because 1998. I know that Static X did have a song on Duke Nukem, but I don't think it was Time to Kill because, like you said, I don't think the years match up. Number one, and number two, Stabbing Westward was the main song on Duke Nukem: Time to Kill. I think I think it was actually the next Duke Nukem game that Static X was on. So you're right. So maybe that was 2000 or 99 itself, because I know they released one pretty close to each other. But no, Static X did sign, I think, with Warner Brothers in 1998, which they did. Yeah, they signed in 98, released Wisconsin Death Trip, but not till March of 1999. So
yeah,
something's wrong with Wiki.
That's when I got it. That's when I got it. And you know what? I don't know if you've mentioned this already. I've been tuned in now for about 20 minutes. But how must Tony Campos be feeling about this all?
So, I don't know. I haven't heard from any of those. I haven't seen anything from them yet.
But what we do know, Wayne said this 2.5 weeks ago in an interview that he put up. It was the last one he did, probably, or the last one I read. And what he's been saying in the last 2 or 3 now, that he's been very, he's not holding anything back. He just said Tony fucking hates me.
Right.
And I don't know what went wrong, but that's the reason he had to tour under the name Wayne Static and not Static X, because of some legal issue where Tony was going to sue him if he used the name Static X.
And one of the things about, and I don't know either, and these are the type of things that when things like this happen, you start to realize, why the hell did we get in such a fight? You can't let arguments, fights, or stupid stuff go on for too long, because you never know when someone's going to go away. That's been engraved in my head since my dad died when I was 8. I'll still say goodbye. I'm upset. I have problems because I'll say bye to people over and over again. I'll think about things happening to people because of that. Unless the guy, unless you truly hated someone, then I guess it wouldn't matter. But one of the things I noticed about bands over the years, being in bands, being around tons of people who are in bands, and just noticing these patterns and stuff, the only thing that relates to, when you're breaking up with a girl or stuff really going sour in a relationship with a girl, being in a band is the same fucking thing. It really is the same thing, except there's all this responsibility, legal, creative stuff that go on afterwards. So it's more like a divorce, when you got some money and you get some important stuff. It's the same thing. You got, 1 to 5 personalities, or whatever it is. And if anybody wants to be a dick, things can go crazy. Maybe, guys in a band say, hey, I think I'm going to call it quits for a while with you. And then, I've had enough of this for a little while. I'm going to go do my own thing. Then you decide, hey, you know what? I want to get back together and play some music. And the other guy says, well, fuck you. I still don't want to play. And then you find yourself going, well, I want to play again. So I'm going to play, we're going to tour without you, I guess. And then the other person says, well, no, you're not. I'll sue you because I'm not there. You're not doing it without me. Who knows what went down with that? I really didn't even, that's something I figured we wouldn't get into because it's so crazy that I don't know yet. We have to hear from everybody about it, and they probably feel terrible is what happened.
This is literally something Wayne said the first time I had ever heard it. 2.5 weeks ago, he says in the same interview that Machine, the second album, that he wrote the whole thing and was on the tour bus while the other 3 guys were partying. So he was touring and then writing when they weren't on stage. And then he said, well, the way it's going to work is I'm going to get a 75% split, and then you guys are going to get the 25% and divvy it up between yourselves, because I've been the one putting the work in. And that is where the rot started. So way back in 2001. And it's just been about money, apparently, between him and Tony ever since. That's a terrible, terrible thing.
And it's
unlike Phil and Dime.
It may be, and I'm sure that sounds very accurate. That sounds like what probably could have happened or did happen. I don't know. I guess if I sat there and wrote a bunch of stuff and they were doing the same thing, maybe I'd be pissed too. But you don't know how much of that is real. Are the guys mad about him coming out and saying all that stuff and maybe not coming to them? I don't know. But you're right. It turns into money, and that it gets bizarre when it turns into money. I can't say because I've never been in that situation, and I don't know what really went down, but I could see, that's the problem. That shit happens. And honestly, when someone dies, though, money kind of goes out the window. I'm sure some real feelings, some truthful feelings, and some regrets will come out, and that's what we'll hear about, and that's what we'll get. And I'm gonna play some more Wayne Static. I've got some requests. I'm gonna play some more Wayne, and
that would be great.
I will.
Could I throw in a request?
Yeah. What do you got?
I'd like to hear Permanence, just because I think that riff is just one of the most killer riffs they've ever done.
Which song was it? I missed you. Cut out.
Permanence.
Oh, Permanence. Okay.
Off Machine.
Machine. Yep. All right. So we'll play Permanence. I got that on my iTunes. I got that CD on my iTunes. I've got so many CDs in physical form that I have to transform. I have to download to iTunes. Just to sort them, and then I store all the CDs. I do pull out CDs, but it's, I even though I like iTunes for the convenience, I can't do it. I have to have CDs too.
Oh, you're one of those people.
I'm a psycho. Yeah.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah. Well, I will. Well, here's the thing. If something, and this goes for movies too, if I absolutely love a movie or a CD or something, and it's just phenomenal to me, I will have to physically buy, the copy of it. But if I'm into like the new Kesha single that's out, I'll just go download it on iTunes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would do that as a matter of pride. I wouldn't want people seeing that on my shelf.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Well, that's part of it. Yeah. I mean, there's no need for me to have the Kesha album and put it in my CD player. But yeah, hey, if I want to TikTok, make it stop and clock and whatever the fuck that song is, I'll do it. By the way, nice picture. I like the Frasier reference.
Oh, thank you. It's the greatest show ever. Made by Americans, but the most British show I think your country's ever produced. It's a weird thing, but it's a beautiful thing. For many Americans who don't know, about 70% of what you see on television usually comes because, I was watching this British show and I got the idea. Well, yeah, you're not wrong there either. But Frasier is, it's born and bred over there. It's one of your greats. And it's funny because I used to love Cheers when I was little, so got to see Frasier Crane continue. Thanks for the call, man. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. Keep playing Wayne. All right. Have a good night, bro. All right. You too. Take care now. Bye-bye. You too. UK, all the way from the UK. Lots of UK, and shout out to everybody in Ireland who's listening to it. Mikkel's Pub there. How you doing? And we'll have to dial up that song for him. We'll have to dial up Permanence for him. Oh man, what a just a bizarre night. Just a strange freaking night. So, I will continue to take calls in a few, and we'll get to your calls. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah, the Duke Nukem on the Wikipedia is really bizarre. It definitely. I mean, if the worst thing on there is that the video game song or a video game is wrong, I guess it's not really a big deal. But it's bothering me because I'm a big Duke Nukem fan. Permanence. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Here it is. Brought to you. Rest in peace, Wayne Static, as we continue to play Wayne Static throughout the night. Take your phone calls and salute Wayne's legacy. And I'm going to find my Wayne Static guitar pick that he gave me and hang it up. Party on, man. Rest in peace, bro. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for being here with us as we celebrate Wayne Static throughout the night. I do have some a little bit of disappointing news in the fact that basically I'm trying to fix the feed. I know, right? Wayne, fuck Robin Williams. I forgot about him. You know, I've been adding more and more to the list. But CM Punk leaves wrestling, Lauren Darkin says. That's up there. It's up there. I want to shout out to Chris Masters. I guess Michael Park saw him tonight, and Chris Masters was cool. Yeah, Uncle Phil died from Fresh Prince. He did. He also did the Shredder. Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince did the Shredder. You turtles. Don't you remember? I don't know. I can't do that voice, but he was like, oh, you turtles. And I can only do Krang, like, oh, Saki, come over here and give me a body. Curse these turtles. I recognize this fighting style. That was like a mix of Shredder and Krang. I don't know what that was. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, man. Wayne Static 48. Fuck. Unbelievable. I'm pissed. And we've been broadcasting here, talking about Wayne Static playing Static X, playing Pig Hammer stuff. I know a lot of people didn't get to hear it because we went on earlier, but one of my best memories of Static X was a few years ago when I saw him in New Hampshire, because I got to see my buddy Brent playing bass with Wayne Static. I thought that was fucking awesome. Stand right in front of the stage and just headbang, have a blast. With all the guys in that band who were on that tour were great. Wayne was great. We had a blast. I had a blast that night in fucking Salisbury, near the beach in New Hampshire. It was the weirdest place, but it was a great night. That's my last real memory of seeing Wayne. So that was cool. And I think a lot of people didn't get to hear Pig Hammer, when it came out. Because, I don't know, they just didn't know. A lot of people didn't know what happened. A lot of people still kind of went, oh, yeah, whatever happened to that guy, whatever happened to him, and they might have missed out on it. And so for the people that missed out on it, I do want to play it again because I think it rocks. So there you go. That's the only reasoning I got to have. So I am going to wrap it up because we're losing bandwidth and I'm having issues. And I may come back on and continue to do another show on Wayne Static tonight. But I'll leave you with Assassins of Youth from the CD Pig Hammer. If you never bought it, hey, what the fuck? Go buy it now. Pig Hammer is the album, Wayne Static. And, of course, the song is Assassins of Youth.
I was
unfortunately, yeah, more stuff coming out about drugs and stuff, and that's that's too bad. And yeah, that song really is kind of a compilation of that, and that's what. And if anything comes out of it, if anybody knows anything, if anything comes out of it, it's awareness of drugs. You know what I mean? So if anything comes out of his death, it's that just don't fucking take it easy. Don't do drugs. And be careful out there, Nobody is indestructible. And that's something I take out of that, because that video was epic, and it was a lot of drugs and a lot of girls and a lot of partying. And, a lot of people, a lot of our generation too, we haven't seen a ton of people really die from drugs and things like that. And, you start to think they're indestructible. So you start to do things like that, and you're not even rich. You're not famous. You're not even, you don't have anything to back it up, and stuff happens. So, if you can learn something from this, that might be it. I mean, I didn't want to really talk about this because I don't know what's going on or what the reasoning and stuff is. But, if that's what they're leaning towards, then there's something you can take away from it. Guys, rest in peace, Wayne Static. Thanks for being here. Keep him in your thoughts. Let's party on to Wayne Static throughout the night. Play your own music to it. Go back and listen to the beginning of the show. We did over an hour. And hope all my buddies who knew Wayne are doing all right. And I may be back doing some more of this tonight. Feel free to message me all night long. I'll be up doing my Pokemon and Magic the Gathering sales on my website and on my site. I don't even want to shout out to I don't even want to mention any of that because it's just sickening. I hate when people advertise bullshit when they're giving news about somebody passing away. It's the weirdest fucking thing, I think. But anyway, rest in peace, Wayne Static. Go check out Pig Hammer. Go check out Static X. And tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. On Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. On Twitter at youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Or here on Spectrum Gaming 617. Tweet me at Joe Cronin Show. And, I don't know, hashtag Wayne Static. How about that? We'll talk about Wayne tonight on my Twitter. Good night. And rest in peace, sir.